we present the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Now suppose we begin by calling on Mr. Holmes' biographer and friend, the genial Dr. Watson. We find him in his comfortable firelit study, leaning back in his easy chair, ready to begin his story. Good evening, Doctor.
You got a light him?
Yes, I have.
Another day in the battlefield, baby.
No, I'm sorry to hear that, Doctor.
My nigga, I ain't rap with you in a minute. Let me put a bug in your ear, man. Shit real crazy.
Shit crazy out here?
Shit crazy, my nigga.
Crazy.
It's not much, but it's small to a giant. I stay in my own lane, turn my own corners, get my chips in the mud, nigga. Me, my nigga Sham, low key, low to the earth. You know?
I do indeed, Dr. Watson.
Nigga gotta keep his eyes on the prize and his hand on the ruler. Cause it's a dangerous game out here playing with these snakes. Liable to bite you any day. You know?
Haven't you a message for our listeners?
Hold up, P. You know? That's the city life.
No. This has all the hallmarks of the beginning of a Sherlock Holmes adventure.
It is, my boy.
My tribe need me to carry the torch across the garden like John Stark. This quest we embark, kings shine through the dark. March, a cry for help, no handguns in the arena. ATF got a spotlight on the singer. Waste management when the trash men get a finger. Take me to the cleaners and polish up my demeanor. My city screaming for Mother Nature's cleavage. From the cesspool we drinking, children killing to be Caesar. I keep bullshit at a distance. In this war we enlisted. A God-fearing menace found frigid down river. Stool pigeon, his religion, trustee out of prison. From the city of God, but evil lurks in the distance. Looking at the angels in the eyes of my victims. Nature of a beast when intruders come to visit. Addicted to the struggle, nigga, so I can't resist it. Like sleeper because karma like vengeance. Hey. So what the Justice League? Got my tags and some pictures. Chip on my shoulder. Government assistant. Persistent. Trying to slip a chip in my system. Interrogated my kids to see if I existed. Young, eager apprentice, underprivileged. 9 to 5 penny pension, wasn't optimistic. Missed the road to live exquisite. Felt defenseless in the trenches around competition. His intuition insufficient at the plaza position. Snitching to the prosecutor, his alleged conviction. Looking through the mirror, couldn't recognize his image. At the court, hearing cleanses, facing read a scripture. Something to remember, he read it like Master Splinter. Clearance from the criminal system could be no clearer. A badge and some biscuits was handed out to a sinner. A change in appearance, the start of a new beginning. Sang high like a tenor, his voice was complimented. At the champagne dinner, protection became imminent. Trusted an eyewitness, suspicious to the lieutenant. The day of his independence, he thanked the Lord for forgiveness. Deliberately was acquitted to set him up as a victim.
I don't know.
I'd put that revolver away if I were you. I doubt if you know how to handle it.
I assure you that I do. Having used the butt end of it on your friend so successfully should prove that fact.
Dr. Watson were relating to us the adventure of the elusive agent.
Known for being elusive, putting pollution in his fluids. Insomniac, consistent battle with Freddy Krueger made his nightmares peculiar. Junior washed his hands of a spiritual tutor, following the blueprints of a loser. A premature baby boomer, sloppy maneuvers ruined his future. He bit the bullet of the executioner. Neurotic or narcotics, date with death could come no sooner. Set in stone by Medusa, the date of his execution.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes, sir. That's my name, Coffin.
We're strangers in these parts and we're in search of information. I'm hoping, Mr. Coffin, that you'll be able to help us.
What I can do, sir, I will, and do it gladly.
The rumors and confusion gave his mama brain contusion. The road this nigga choosing isn't human. She lost her vocals humming scriptures over Christian music. Family viewed the killing of her son as an illusion. Found him in the trunk of his Buick smelling putrid. Abusive head trauma was the coroner's conclusion. The neighborhood supplied t-shirts for the funeral. That's fucked up, they had a closed casket for the viewing.
5 boys died, didn't they? 5 boys it was. Gentlemen, I'm a simple man like you. A man who cannot afford to ask questions. What goes on is none of my business. Who wants to ask any questions?
I think I'll read about the strange case of the persecuted billionaire.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, gentlemen.
You've been most helpful. I ever encountered a problem with such a bizarre, strange case.
The congregation wanted revenge for its mourning children. Appointed Pastor Judas as the trial prosecutor. To put your trust in a human is for the foolish. He couldn't keep his distance from the devil with a ruler. The pastor and his cougar slept in shifts with the Ruger. Too humid in his hotel room to have humor. No AC or window, no reason to live or consumed by his doom. This room was his tomb.
He made his little pile, retired, bought a house at Lewisham, and settled down to rest. He married a woman 20 years younger than himself. Ah, yes, good looking. It looked like a straight road before him. Yet within 2 years, he's reduced to the broken and miserable creature you've just seen.
But what's happened, though?
The old story was a treacherous friend and a fickle wife.
Exactly. This has been a very promising start.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, gentlemen.
Undercover detective, insider protection, wore a tick on his necklace to gain audio leverage. A federal present from Department of Corrections lacked clarity in his confession when he spoke with aggression. A message to show the drug dealers a lesson with the footage extracted from the surveillance camera. Vague itching and scratching was an amateur tactic that the snitches had practiced to avoid entrapment. A distraction, a signal where transaction happened when the Goonies were in traffic like roaches we scatter. The case was a disaster when his wires started unraveling and the snipers on the roof got to blasting at this bastard. The brewer took a chance with equipment advancement after they folded his flag and had a gun salute at Fort Bragg. The board of directors had a check for a contestant with a criminal record, a different type of specimen. The witness protection elected despite it could be tested by a peasant for negligence. It was evident if this fraud followed the measurements, he would have a new bitch whipping choice of resident. Now let's sweep it for bugs. Sweep it for bugs. Sweep it for bugs. Sweep it for bugs. From his last gig, he was fired. Being nauseous from the sirens made him tiny to the tyrants in the land of the giant. Didn't have what it required, moving pigeons in the front tire with 20 pounds of papaya. At 21, could have retired. His cocaine supplier, bloodline reign sire in the snitch nigga environment where them heavies be riding. The city threw a riot to the feds, he couldn't be quiet when they held him by the fire and asked questions about his pride. He looked the detective in the eye and said, freedom is my desire. Through his files they started to pry, asking info on this guy. Couldn't let the deadline pass him by, an opportunity to be a spy. He smelled hell nearby, so with them devils he did comply. Snapped a wasp on his attire, he started singing BB Winans. Gave all the details that the police inquire. No street love, his plug turned violent. Kept a heater on him, he controlled his own climate. Paranoia, he couldn't trust his own clients. In his sleep, his bitch searched him down for a wire. On a diet, night walker like a vampire. Crack smoker, Esquire, exterminated in the line of fire. I get a bad vibe when the search is disguised. I'm from the city where failure's designed. Now them vultures aligned, turn his face to a collage. Blame the streets for the heinous crimes. No one could straighten up his facade, even the deacon tried. Exit wound out the right of his spine. No one allowed to testify, closed casket for a private eye. I fear no man but God. Put the potato on the end of the nine. Even the dead didn't hear his wife cry to the grind. Neighborhood did a thorough search to see if he survived. Case ruled as a homicide. Not to my surprise, punched his clock in with Father Time. Shot him up like a geyser, hand to hand to MacGyver. Got his info on the flyers, now the feds out here swabbing for saliva.
I throw a hand up, yell out, people survive. I'm from the city where my people's deprived. We throwing stones when a brick needs to build us a drive. My generation let the people misguide. Stay optimistic, still niggas keep me fishy. Seen the devil in a blue dress, promising deliverance. Before I can the storm, get down and pray to God. Could not conceive a job once I witnessed the mirage. Since the invention of hard, our existence has been changed. After mama died, there could be no other way. We were misinformed when they said we were forsaken. So let's not fuck around with the phonies nor the fakers. She hollering out, gunmen holding hostage at his will. Everyone is required to meet demands or he will kill. The captain wonders whom they will obtain to fill the job. If you want to win, send us in to lead the charge. A brother on the bus explained, son, life is hard. He told me pay attention and I didn't disregard. Another elder mentioned 3 dimensions to excel. Go to college, still get you a pistol and a scale. How can you judge? You live in subdivisions and you played in cul-de-sac. When we was in the streets hanging with eyeballs and bats. I hate to see my people juggle over dollars. I go consult with Stokely cause it makes me wanna holler. Smell food on the table, whispers linger from the thankful. A song resonate, church lady chants he is able. We've become too used to being the ones to be excluded. Consider yourself a problem if not a part of the solution. First needs improvement.
Watson.
Yes, sir?
You detect a faint odor of tobacco in this room?
Tobacco?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Come to think of it, I do.
Interesting scent, Watson. Very.
What do you mean? Yes, smells like ordinary tobacco to me.
On the contrary, this one's a rare and very unusual blend. Only one expert could create a mixture like this.
HDP.
Ride through the woods.
Eastside.
Ride through the woods. 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 Ride through the woods.
Look, rebirth. I'ma show you how to skeet skirt the street hurt. It's cold, making sure the heat murk. Be alert, cause when we ride, nigga, we at work. Make a nigga turn it down like you see a church. I have been on my shit for a minute. Type in eastsidelewis.com and see how we living. And I'm concealing the flow that could probably let me in prison. And beats that you can hear from a distance if you just listen. Hands down, you cannot see me like you blindfolded. You looking empty, mind loaded. I'm chosen because I was built to show you niggas the last days. And the message gon' be smoother than champagne. Break a bottle, take a model to the whip and shake the Tahoe. She from Cape Girardeau, I say, do you drink Moscato? She say, if I do that for work, I'ma be late tomorrow. You not gon' make it once I murk it, caution tape will follow.
Ride through the woods. 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 Ride through the woods.
Yeah.
Ride through the woods.
The traffic here don't stop. Smoke a circle the block. Out of towners look awkward. Maz, I want you on the docket. Keep that money in your pocket or you swimming with the crappie. Got them monsters sitting on choppers ready to knock you for your profit. No appetite for sleep. I beat the streets like a beast. The 1st and 15th and every other day between. California leaf got me paranoid with this heat. Bullet fragments in his teeth. You know snitches gotta eat. In the streets every day like a 85 Caprice. No seatbelts in this bitch, but we strapped up to the seat. He holler, he a shark, we don't even see no teeth. Russian 9 to his spine, man, let's keep this shit discreet. Pull on him in the Jeep, lift up in the front seat. Red dot so he can see, let's rock this Dick Tracy to sleep. On his head he had a feet, over chips he was deceased. Couldn't follow the technique, let's burn a portion, leave the scene.
Ride through the woods. Ride through the woods. Ride through the woods. Ride through the woods.
Now, why do you suppose three tobacconists would be murdered in the same forest? Give me a logical solution to the problem, will you? Oh, well, let me see. You said it's the shop in the east end? Yes. Living in the river? As it happens, it's on the water's edge. And supposing the tobacconist shop is the headquarters of a smuggling ring.
My opposition is shooting distance. Heron vixen, police henchmen predicted for the snitching. His future depicted, death as his mistress on the wall of the trenches like ancient hieroglyphics. Progression smells like breakfast, croissants in the kitchen. Gladiator, ain't a meal given when you hungry for existence. When that banger flash, make him smile and take a picture. The doctor insisted.
Feels good tonight, doesn't it, Dr. Watson?
Indeed it does. Let's sit down and let's get on with the story.
The night of my redemption set surveillance on the entrance. A tale of premonition, how I lay low in position. A couple bullets through his kitchen. For that dough, Mortal Kombat flow. Hero, your future is finished. Retaliation, retaliation. Hold that heat steady and squeeze with no hesitation. Retaliation, retaliation. Hold that heat steady and squeeze with no hesitation. Scorpio traveling for blow on furlough with 4 or 5 arms in his possession like Garo. Al Pacino, hot as Danny DeVito. Eyes lit up like a casino for them C-notes. We know his lust for the Legos was tight like Speedos. Since the Danger Pigs want to wrap him in a blanket, her pressure for a signed statement, he took a bribe payment from an agent called California Raisin. Bilingual Latino and a Kango with tests like OJ Mayo. Tints and antennas on a Durango. Promised him a lavish life like Nino. Operation 3 Amigo was him to get that car, go from Toledo and kill the streets, Mr. Tuxedo. As long as he stuck to the script, Quentin Tarantino. But his actions were illegal. Squealing for their diesel, put the hood on pins and needles, being connected to them people.
But how did you know that he was a member of the official police, Mr.
Obvious. Remember, Higgins had an intimate knowledge of police strategy and therefore was able to elude the patrols.
Retaliation, retaliation. Hold that heat steady and squeeze with no hesitation. Retaliation, retaliation. Hold that heat steady and squeeze with no hesitation.
But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh, oh Lord, don't let me be misunderstood. Don't let me be misunderstood.
Forbes list with endorsements from most important. He pulled tricks like a circus for the quarter circuit. Fair time for extortion, he felt tortured. Now he spoke pig Latin for his plated portion. 3 courses, how they ate oysters. Reservations with the law enforcement. Small piece of paper, he tried to build a fortune. Burning porches for the white horsemen. Disappointment left a wound with no ointment. Put them haters on your line via cordless. Early appointment, he set the sting like a hornet. Lunchtime, he was brunch to the circling buzzards. When the Lord passed judgment, let Miles David play the trumpet. Give your pain comfort, life roll, long as Manute Bowl. 40 cal sound like Tone Loc. He took an oath to carry the trench coat. Ran from his ghost, the reaper they broke toast.
Outside and I see rainy weathering, itching for better days like I feel a feather is under my nose, under my clothes, under my sweaterin'. I got a purple heart like non-veterans, but I'm talking wars that the troops never been. Hold a Smith & West Glock or Beretta in. Brass knuckles beat your face, turn to gelatin. You're running from the reaper, knocking like lettuce in. The blank stares on your face, ain't addressing them. Stuck up on your porch looking for protection in. 2 cops rode by, can't be trusting them. Gunshots, Reaper got one. Then again, they had to sacrifice and let go the rest of them. Thought a cross around your neck, gonna get you in. Never found the person that got the best of him. Cause his boys won't snitch when they question them.
get more than my share, but that's one thing I never mean to do. 'Cause I love
Yeah. Lockdown in detention in a state of dementia. Withdrawals from addiction, no Vicodin pill prescriptions. Felt them devils on his back squeezing for submission. A kind man to the county board's consequences. Gang-related narcs paid a bitch to eyewitness. Kiss of death to her neck for the family crest. Ex-convict confessed to his wife neglect. Browsing for forgiveness, hoping that the Lord connect. A lighter sentence to collect if he retraced the steps. Bend the corners in the lack, two family flat. On his high horse, he spent it at the racetrack. Dean's List lab rat, he used to push crack. Known fact that opposites do attract. Restraining order made it hard to get his bitch back. She moved on, asked her son not to look back. Laptop, backpack, and some grocery bags. She parked in the front, he came through the side glass. Schizophrenic, cold sweats, he earned a state check. Asked the sergeant, was he ready, did he take that? He had enough information to break the tape deck. This Matlock was the best. Head of the appeals desk. Had intentions to get this case cracked.